Good evening. Good evening. This is Shirley and James with Mac Time with Reality 101. Mac Time with Reality 101. Having a very deep discussion on tonight, Mr. James. Very deep, very touchy subject on tonight, racism. It's talked about a little bit, but I don't think it's talked about in depth. I think it's a subject that people don't want to talk about. People don't want to get into. We have our own opinions based on racism, but we're going to talk about tonight our life experiences with racism and our 32 years of marriage, what we've experienced as a couple, what we've experienced as African Americans, and then say good evening to everyone. So if we don't say good evening to you, then just know we trying to get into what we're talking about. But good evening to everyone. Thank you all for coming on. We appreciate you coming on live with us. God bless you. We pray that you really and truly enjoy and get a lot out of the show. Feel free to like. Feel free to share. Feel free to comment. If we don't comment on you on whatever you have to say tonight, then we will comment later on. But we're going to go ahead and get on to this. This is very deep. Like I said, this is our opinion, our views regarding racism, what we've dealt with, what we experienced in our life and our marriage, 32 years of marriage. We've experienced it. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. And we're just going to talk about it tonight. So please feel free to comment.
You've seen it. I didn't saw it.
Yeah, right. Please feel free to comment. We want this to be an, I say open discussion. We're going to talk, mainly James and I are going to talk, but please feel free to leave. If you've had any experiences, we're not bashing anybody by all means, right?
No, I'm not.
We're also not trying to defend anybody by all means, but we're going to tell you the truth tonight regarding racism and in all its aspects. So
the truth about your opinion.
That's what I said earlier.
Because if you had the answer for it, we wouldn't be sitting here tonight.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So, Mr. James, where do you want to start off at when we talk about race in our country, in our world? Where do you want to start off?
Oh, well, Miss Shirley, we can start right here.
Okay.
My opinion,
okay,
and it might surprise some of you, my opinion about racism. The way I feel about racism, and I'm always using the percentage thing, I would say that maybe 6%, and we're talking about the white and the blacks.
Okay.
I would say maybe 6% of white Americans just, and I wouldn't necessarily call it race, just don't like black people because of the color of the skin.
6.
That's my opinion.
6%. Okay.
I would say 6%.
Okay.
Maybe 10.
Okay.
That just don't like white people. I mean, like black people at all.
Let me ask you this: why are we even talking about this tonight? Why is this even important that we talk about it?
Because people don't want to discuss it. It's a touchy thing. That's what's going on with the NFL, the fans, and President Trump now. People don't want to deal with it. But really, and this is going to shock a lot of the viewers tonight,
okay,
it's really not that tough of an issue to deal with. It's just that people got to put on the table and deal with it.
Stop playing with it.
They got to stop playing with it.
Okay.
Stop playing with it.
Okay.
But I got to go back to the percentage.
Okay.
I would say it's 6 or 10% of the whites that don't care for blacks. And I would say it's about 35 to 40% or whites willing and love everyone, but they're not willing to let the blacks come in that circle or share of the good things that they have.
Oh.
And you got 50%, this is my view, of whites that just don't even think it shouldn't even matter.
Okay.
We're supposed to love everyone.
Okay.
So you got 50% of the whites. They just love you. They don't care what race, who you are. They just love you. They just want you to do what's right and leave them alone. You got that other 35 to 40% know that things that goes on is not right, but they don't want to let you in that circle.
Okay.
And that other 5 or 10 that I'm still undecided about, just, and I wouldn't say it just hate races. It's just that they have been told and raised that they are superior, and that's the way they think it should be.
Okay.
That's the way it should be.
Okay.
And I always tell people, I use this and over here. It's been several pies, and I would use sweet potato pies. And back in the slavery days or back years ago, the white Caucasians had all the pies. But we had this guy come along named Martin Luther King and other black actors that came on and brought stuff to the table, and we began to get some of the pies.
Okay.
Do you follow me? I know it's kind of complicated.
No, it's not at all.
We begin to get some of the pies.
Okay.
And black people have came a long way.
Right.
We got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But that ways to go is going to be dependent on that 35 to 40% that can let you have a slice of that pie.
Okay.
But at this time now, that pie is one pie left that the whole world is trying to get a piece of.
Okay.
And around that pie is a lot of hatred and a lot of guns.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Is America really black and white, or is it political?
It's gonna always be. They said political because it hides the racial acetone there.
Okay.
So, but it's race in politics. You see what I'm saying?
I do. I asked you for a reason, but yeah.
And people say, well, black people are racist too. No. Black people, this is my opinion. This is how I think and how I view things.
Okay.
Black people is not racist.
Okay.
You have black people that's very upset about what's going on and what happened in the past.
Okay.
And they know things ain't right.
Okay.
And they just upset because and angry because they're still told that it's equal and it's fair, but it's not. That's that 35 or 40% of the white community can make the difference.
Wow.
But force the law and rules and regulations, they done probably done all they can do. Everything else is based on each individual coming to see it God's way and know that things is not right.
Okay.
That things is not right.
Okay.
And until that happens, we ain't gonna solve anything.
Okay.
But we have came a long ways, but we have a long ways to go.
Okay.
But it's based on that 35 or 40% of the white community that got that circle, that pie with that anger around it. It's nothing for this 35 or 40% is not racist. They just got something built here that they don't want to share.
Okay.
Because it's so much going on. See, you got 2 or 3 parts of town, and people run from problems. And they don't want this part of town. Just say use Memphis for example. The bad parts of Memphis.
Okay.
To come out to the good parts of Memphis.
Okay. That's understandable.
It's understandable.
Okay.
It's understandable.
Okay.
It's understandable. But that's the hold up.
Okay.
That's the hold up.
Okay.
That's the hold up. And I said again, black folks ain't racist.
Okay.
Black folks is upset because things is not right and they feel it's not fair.
Okay. Yeah.
But the bottom line is we got to deal at hand what's going on to solve the problem.
And that's the problem, though.
That's the problem.
We won't deal
that's the problem.
with it.
But you got that 5 or 10% of the white community that is really hateful, and it's just who they are. They just don't like you because of your color. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
But you got that other 35, 40% good. They ain't decided if they want to share yet. Okay. You got 50% they don't care. They love everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they know, and you can just put them on our side.
Okay.
It ain't like them against us. I'm just trying to give what's going on.
Right. Right. What do you think about stereotyping? And we both do it. Black people stereotype because I said America isn't just black and white, but it's mainly black and white. What about? Why do you think we stereotype each other so when it comes to black people stereotyping white people and white people stereotyping black people?
It's because of what people. It's because the way they was raised and what they were told. And then when you look at the news and you see all the crime, but what white people got to understand, black folks ain't killing white folks. We killing one another.
Deal with that. Deal with that.
We killing one another.
Deal with that when it comes to the news media. Because me and you talk about this all the time. When it comes to the news media and, on certain channels, when it's young black men that's underage, they'll go ahead and show some of them. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to Caucasian, they won't show them, or they won't show the house. We talk about that too. They won't show the neighborhood. They won't show the house. They won't say exactly everything that happened. Is that stereotyping, you think, when it comes to news media and all that too?
It goes back to political. That's what people. That's the people who make the rules and laws. The politics. Wow. That's the way they want it done.
Okay. And we. When I say we, and we as black people, there's a lot of things that we fuss about and we argue about and we get upset about. But it's just other things that why don't we touch those things? Why don't we try to fix or ask somebody about those things when it comes to racism? Why is there some things that we as black people just let sleeping dogs sleep? Why is it some things we just let sleep? Some things we don't touch, we don't say anything about. Then when it comes to other things, I'm just gonna say it, like statue, we make a big deal out of. Yeah, but let me okay, go ahead.
Let me try to sum this up, Shirley, and kind of sum this up.
Okay.
What we need to do, the main thing we need to do, it's all because people are just scared.
Okay.
They just scared, and when people are scared, they make irrational decisions because of what's going on around them.
Okay.
And the reason that the white race doesn't want us in their neighborhood, they do if they feel that you're going to come over there and maintain your property.
Okay.
If you're going to maintain your property, they don't mind. They don't mind. Okay. But what we need to do, we need to take time out to clean up our own front door and our backyard first. We need to take time to clean up our own front door, our back entrance also.
Okay.
And do what we need to do to be able to function with all races of people.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, like I said about the pie, when I say the pie, I'm trying to not really get in this and But I'm just gonna say what I
in there
feel.
now.
I'm just gonna say what I feel. Like I told you about the pie. Around that pie is a bunch of hatred and guns. They just ain't willing to give up no more pie. That's the last pie. They said we done gave you the schools.
Commercial.
We done gave you the schools.
Excuse me, we just changed the commercial on the jazz music here.
We done gave you the schools. We done gave you this. We done gave you that. We're not willing to give up anymore.
Ooh.
We're not willing to give up anymore.
Is that really how they feel? We've given you this?
It wasn't. It was God's from the beginning.
Right.
But it's just the way people was brought up and they was raised.
Yeah.
Until we accept that we all are the same and we God's people.
Yeah.
Some of us might not do what we need to do, but we still are the same.
We are.
We are.
No one is superior to anyone else.
It's all about love.
Yeah.
Black people want the same thing for their kids.
Come on now.
As white people do.
Right.
They want to be the soccer mom. They want their kid to have the best school.
Yes.
We stay over here.
Yes.
In Bartlett.
Yes.
But it's in the county.
Right.
It's in the county.
Right.
When we moved here 13 years ago, they stood out in the street.
Oh, Lord.
3 families and called us all types of N-words.
We were, what, the third black family on this street?
Yeah. And they said that they was going to move. Within 6 months, those 3 families was gone.
Yeah.
Was gone.
They were. Yeah.
So it's all about love, and we got to learn to love one another and realize that we are the same.
Right.
But we need to take care of our own neighborhood.
Yeah.
We need to cut our yard.
Right.
We need to stop killing one another.
Right.
So people know we are the same as anyone else.
Yes.
And like I was telling you a couple weeks ago, when we was raised up, I can remember. Now I won't touch that conversation, but you go ahead and have input, Shirley. But I really want to say something. But let me say this here.
Go ahead.
Myself and Shirley, I don't have a problem. She don't have a problem. I know with white people or black people.
I mean, people that know us, yeah, they know that anyway. So
I can remember back in 87. No, we was married then.
I don't know.
87, 88, when I got my first contract job. And they brought in a new supervisor. We was doing apartments. And this guy was from Alabama. And everybody said, oh, Lord, he don't look right. He don't sound right. But this guy was one of the best guys that I ever met in my life. And he said, we don't pay folks by the hour here unless you just working up under the, working with me. If you're going to contract, you're going to have to hire your own people and be your own subcontractor.
Okay.
So I remember this little guy from Alabama come in that he brought with him. And he called me to the office of James. We want you to contract this part, which I was working by the hour before they came.
Okay.
And those guys paid me the best money I ever made in my life.
Okay.
So, I don't have a problem. I never had any problems with white people for us in the workplace. Because like I said, I've always been a workman. But just for us going out doing business from time to time, you run across people. It's not that people are so, and I'm just going to say it, I just don't believe there's a lot of racist people in America. I'm just going to say it. I know some of y'all say I'm crazy, but it's just a lot of people just ain't willing to share that pie. They done gave, they don't want to give no more. You taking down the statures, and I'm not going to give my input on that. But people feel like that they're having to give up everything that they ever believed in, that they had. And they just tired. People just fight back. And at the same time, we worried about the race situation. And our young folks are killing one another on the streets. And people seem like they don't care. Just the police is out there fighting. It seems like fighting this battle in the court system by themselves. But I will say this. Warning come before destruction.
Yeah.
and all this stuff is going on, I say out to the rich areas, I won't call the cities, I just say out in the good areas, it's coming there too. It's just a matter of time. When you let stuff get out of hand, people will act a fool anywhere. I can remember the time here in Tennessee, Memphis, that part, we stay here in Memphis, Bartlett, Germantown, places like that, you knew not to go out there and act a fool. People don't care about those names anymore. They'll go anywhere and act a fool. All I'm saying, we got to quit running from place to place, trying to get away from what's going on, the crime, and stop seeing stuff as a color and trying to have a particular school that our kids go to. And it's nothing wrong with putting your kid in a great school, because that's why we moved out here, so we can get a better school. Like I say, blacks want the same thing as whites for their kids. They want great schools. They want great communities. Over here, where we stay at, we keep our house up, we keep our lawn up, but it's people here now is coming in because a lot of people are moving, they rent the houses, and people just don't care.
They change the school system.
They just don't care. They just don't care. They change the school systems, and it's not Bartlett anymore. I think it's either, I think it's Craigmont over here now.
Craigmont and Bolton.
Bolton, okay.
Craigmont and Bolton.
So, we just got to quit running from one another. We got to love one another. And that's all it is. People say race is tough. All we got to do is deal with it. And I say this here, just like the guys are standing, kneeling for the national anthem, people know it's not about the military. It's not about they're against the military. But people hide behind that because they don't want to deal with the real reality of life. That's all life is. Dealing with the real reality of life. All I'm trying to say about race, we better quit seeing color and we better start working with one another. Because every time a crisis happens, I always see black and whites hugging and kissing one another, coming together. They come together during that time. So we can come together during a hurricane or a tornado, or like what they just had in Forest City. All the people out there loving on one another. They get water, food, whatever they need to help one another. That's what we got to do at all times. It doesn't make sense, but that's people are sick when they're like that. And I just don't. I think it's enough black people that wants the best for their family, wants the best for their community, and the whites that come together. Man, you can change this stuff overnight. You know I'm not crazy. You can change it overnight. It ain't nothing to deal with. Just deal with it and let it be. You can run, but I'm telling you, man, you better deal with the issue. It's coming. It's coming. Look at all the people just being shot by sitting in the house. Just in the house, minding their own business, being killed. It's happening everywhere. Look what here in Memphis a couple weeks ago happened in Lakeland. They rented the clubhouse out to some people. They had a shooting over there. Man, it's coming. You got to deal with it. We got to quit telling our kids that black folks ain't the same as white. White ain't the same as black. White people did this to my family and I'm going to hate them, telling our kids. Man, you got to stop that foolishness. When we came up in our house, my mom, Eddie Mae McKenzie, never did talk to us about race. In our house, we never had that problem. We deal with our girls about racist. Watch the white folk. Watch the we didn't have that discussion here about that stuff. To be honest with you, our youngest daughter from high school on up, she always said, "I'm marrying me a white man." I ain't seen him yet now. We never did say you crazy. We just laughed about it. Man, if people want to be married to white, black, that's their business. Whatever nationality people want to marry, we all the same. We all bleed the same. We do. We all pass away. We have a funeral. We're going to be embalmed. We're going to get cremated. The same way. Everything's the same. But people don't want to deal with it. It's nothing bad to deal with. You just have to deal with it. Me, myself, I can just anybody. I don't have a problem with people because I know most people that you come in contact with, they want to be in charge. I don't mind you being in charge. At the end of the day, long I'm getting paid, I don't care. I don't care. I don't have to be authority figure. I don't have to show you that I done came a long ways and you're not going to deal with me like that. You're not talking what I want to hear, and I think you treat me right. I'm just going to tell you. I mean, what's going on? And people dealing with different issues. So a lot of times, like I said, it ain't so much race. It's just hatred. And people just don't think that black people are smart. Black people are very smart, you all. Black people are very smart. I don't care what nobody says. We can do anything.
Yeah.
We can do anything.
Yeah.
We want, like I said again, we want the best for our family also.
Amen.
Yeah.
I think simply what I want to say, and I agree totally with what my husband says, it is about, as you said, sharing the pie. We were all created equal. All of us came from God. All of us will go back to the dirt from where we came. So it doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Mexican. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. We are all the same.
All the same.
All the same. No one should think they're any superior than anybody else. I don't care where you go. And I noticed that a lot lately. And we blame this person, we blame that person, and we can only blame ourselves. We have to take responsibility for our own action, what we teach our kids, what we say to each other, and stop hiding from it. And you just said that we got to stop hiding and pretending that it's not there. It's there. And we got to deal with it. And I think a lot of time when racist issues come up with riots and all that kind of stuff, because people don't sit down and talk. They don't deal with it. They wait until they get all blowed, all mad, all hot and bothered under the collar, and then somebody want to go and shoot up somebody. You know, black people want to go and kill up some white people. White people want to go and kill up some black people because we're not dealing with it the way we should. We need to let each other know, you know what, this is how I feel. Can we sit down and talk? And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But you need to understand that I am the same as you when it comes to bleeding the same. I am God's child just like you are God's child. And we have to understand that we have to teach our kids that, because when you give that stuff to your kids, you put in poison. When you tell your kids about black men ain't no good and white men ain't no good and black women is not, that's all they were born to do is so and so, you are poisoning their mind, and you never know what that child will end up doing when they grow up, but before they grow up, because you're putting poison in their mind. God is love. You just said that a few minutes ago. And so we got to make sure that we teach our children and our children's children the right thing when it comes to race. White people, you are not superior over black people. Black people, you are not superior over white people. Mexicans, Asians, Chinese, whoever, no one is superior over anybody. When God said, let us create man in our image, he didn't say black man, didn't say white man, didn't say Asian. He said, let us create man, male and female, in our image. And that's what he did. And when we deal with this, and I think a lot of time, and I really believe some white people, there are a few, like you said, the percentage. There are some white people who got some prejudice in them, some racism in it, and there are a few black people that got some stuff in them. Whatever you got in you, deal with it. Huh?
Black folk just upset.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Deal with it. Deal with what's got you upset. Deal with it. Sit and talk to the Lord about what's got you upset regarding white people. What's got you upset regarding black people? What's got you upset? Deal with it within yourself. Maybe you can easily resolve. Well, something like you said, somebody did something to my mom a long time ago. I have a lot of stories that I can tell what happened to me and my family, but I dare not let four white guys from a long time ago that did something or try to do something to my family. I dare not allow that to dictate my future, to keep me from loving people the way God has called me to love people. I dare not. That's all I have to say on the issue. We got to love people the way we're supposed to love people, despite of the color of their skin.
And let me say this too. And like I say, a lot of people are probably waiting for me to say something about this too. I supported Trump, and I still do. And when he run again, I'm going to support him again. He's going to win again. I'm going to say it again. I still support Trump. When he run again, I'm going to support him again. He's going to win again. So just forget about thinking Trump going anywhere, because he ain't going anywhere. But let me say this also, because I had to cover that up, because I know some of y'all will be saying, well, he just saying this because he supported Trump. Now you feel sorry. No, I didn't. No, I don't. I feel more about Trump than I did now than I did then. Better. But I say all the time, and I have a conversation with white people all the time. I said, well, I give you a perfect example. I said, here in Memphis, it's 70% white. I mean, black. 70% black, African American. but we got a we got a white mayor.
Yeah.
We got a white county mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but I don't know any cities that's 70% white where there's a black mayor or a black police director or black sheriff. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to know black people have been given the hand or bad people. Black people are the most forgiving people on earth.
Woo, yes.
We will forgive you. That's why we say we are, some of us, that we're racist. No, we're not. That's why we vote the way we vote or support the way we support. It ain't about they Uncle Tom, they Bobos or whatever. We look at the person running for the position. We don't look at people, a lot of us, because they black and we elect them. It's nothing wrong with our mayor here. I think he's a good mayor. I think Mike Williams would have been a better mayor. I don't even know Mike Williams personal, but I just I'm interacting and seeing him at work. But it's nothing wrong with him. He's doing a great job. Our mayor's doing a great job here in Memphis, Tennessee. I ain't got anything bad to say about him. So I'm just trying to say, black folks are always forgiving. We get treated bad. We go in these stores.
Yeah.
But guess what? A lot of us still go back because we've forgiven people.
Right.
We've been forgiving people all our life. But you have that message of people you see on television that's committing crime in different cities, different states, and y'all labor us all as one, but we're not. But I also got to say, it's some good white people in this world because where me and Shirley today, it's got to do a lot about good white people. And I can tell you one on here now is our Facebook friend, is Irene. What's the one? Miss Irene Wide.
You were gonna say that.
Her husband, Mr. Joe Wide, is not even here today. He passed away about 10 years ago. That man came to me one day and told me what he wanted me to do. I told Shirley, Miss Wide probably gonna laugh and get me for this. I told Shirley we was going to Miami. It was back in 2007. And I told Shirley, I said, I ain't thinking about Mr. Joe. He don't want to pay no money. I got back and told him what I wanted to do the job. No, James, I'm not going to pay that. I'm not going to pay that. Man, when that was all over and said, Mr. Wide, Miss Wide, and Dick Moore treated me and my family better than we ever been treated.
Like part of their family.
Not just me and my wife, but my kids also. They allowed to give us work so we can take care of our kids. That's how our kids got through school a lot, because they had something to do every summer. So I'm just saying, I just wanted to get my opinion. Shirley just wanted to get her opinion about race. We could have went a little more deep and been a little more professional with it, but I just like to put stuff out to make people think. I don't like to hit it or just forget about it. I just like to put something on your mind and think it. Man, just get along with people. I get along with anybody. We go to places, man, and I done told this story several times. I would stop in the places that I know probably not too friendly to black people. And my wife would come in the store and get me, guess what I'd be doing? I'd be over there sitting with them people laughing and talking. Once people know that you're not there to harm them, this black or white people, once they receive you and they know you out for the good thing, the right thing, people will love on you, man. They'll love on you. I don't see race. I just don't. I just don't. I never have. I done experienced it. And when I experience it, I laugh in the people's face. I just laugh in their face. And I see them all the time. And I have told people, do that make you feel good the way you feel? Just want to say that, man. That's all I got, Shirley.
All right. And as we get ready to close, I want to say this and make myself very clear, because I just noticed when you mentioned Trump that people kind of got off.
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna be a Trump.
I know that, which is fine. But let me say this, and this is not in defense of you. This is not in defense of President Trump. This is in defense of us calling ourselves Christians and saying that we love God. You cannot love God and hate your neighbor. That's the word. If you have any hate in your heart, now I see people say, I hate President Trump. I hate that black man. I hate that white man. And we say we hate people. If you hate somebody and you don't love God, God is love. God is not hate. And being a racist, racism is hate. And it's not of God. And that's all we have to say on the subject tonight.
I'm going to end it with this here. If you don't think things are changing and God is warning you, and I know people going to brush it, you go ahead and brush it. In the last 10 years, God gave us something here that people would never thought would happen. He gave you President Obama, first black president. He gave you President Donald Trump, that no one but myself and a few more at the time ever thought that he would be elected. And when I say this, I'm telling you all this. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your kids, do it for your grandkids. Don't leave your kids and grandkids in all this mess with this black and white thing.
Right.
Because I'm out every day and I'm seeing white young people, black young people. I just think in 20, 25 years from now, everybody going to have a piece of that last pie, if you like it or not.
Right.
Man, learn to love people. Don't look at a person's color. Learn to love people. If you say you love God, quit hiding behind that Bible and saying you love God and you hate your enemies. I mean, you hate people.
Yeah.
You can't live like that.
Right.
When I deal with people, I look at the fruits of the Spirit.
Come on now.
In the heart, the love you have for people. Yeah. If you ain't got that with your selfish self, I still can deal with you and love you, but I know you don't have God's best interest at hand. Nobody could have put President Obama in office but God. Nobody could have put President Donald Trump in office but God. I know what you're going to say, and I'm meaning with this too. Satan give people power too, but not that kind of power, baby. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
So until next time, this is Mac Time with Reality 101. We had said the next time we do a live video, we were going to finish off part 2 of what's going on in your home, and we will do that. We will do that in a later date. We just wanted to tell you about racism, our opinion, our experiences. God bless you. Have a blessed night. Until next time, this is Mac Time with Reality 101. Blessings. Peace.